Here's a fun move called an underswitch. A lot of the moves in Animal Flow build on this basic movement. And it's called an underswitch because the traveling leg is going to go under the body and you're switching positions between beast and crab. So to begin with, I'm going to start in a static crab position. Feet are planted hip width, hands are shoulder width apart. So if I want to do a left leg underswitch, I also have to lift the opposite hand, my right hand in this case. So that would be a contralateral limb lift. So left leg underswitch, left foot and right hand lifts. And to begin the rotation, I'm going to lift my right heel, pressing down to the ball of the foot. So in Animal Flow we call this pressing on the gas. That's going to begin your rotation. And as I begin to rotate, I'm going to bring my right hand in towards the midline. This will help to streamline the rotation. You could do it with a straight arm, but that's going to be harder to control. So pressing on the gas, left leg travels underneath the body, planting right hand, left foot in a static beast position. So again, the hands are going to be shoulder width, feet hip width. And this underswitch is a good way to check your positioning in the static crab position. Because when you come around into static beast, your knees should be a little bit in front of your hip line. If your knees are further back, that means that your crab position was too wide. So returning to the crab position, I'll show that once more. Left leg underswitch. So I got to lift the right hand and left foot, press on the gas, streamline the rotation, and plant the limbs. And you don't have to go that slow starting off, I'm just doing that for demonstration purposes. So there's a few points to keep in mind as you do your underswitches. The limbs should lift and land at the same time. And the limbs should lift and land lightly. Also, one more thing, you want to keep the hips and the knees low. Because when you bring the hips and knees up high, it's going to be harder to control your rotation. You're going to go off balance and you might tip over. So it's a lot to remember. You may just want to pick one thing to focus on at a time as you work on your underswitches. And so that was just the underswitch from crab to beast. We could also do that going from a beast position to a crab position. And this one is slightly harder as you're not going to be able to see where you're planting your hand. So beginning in static beast here. So in static beast, hands are shoulder width, externally rotated, feet are hip width apart, and the knees are going to be an inch or two in front of the hip line. The knees are also lifted an inch or so off the floor. And you want to make sure you're not dropping your head or lifting it up. You want the head in line with the shoulder girdle. So now if I want to do a left leg underswitch, I'm going to lift the right hand at the same time, contralateral limb lift. Left leg is going to come under the body. Again, I'm going to bring the right arm in towards the midline to streamline the rotation. And here as I come around to a crab position, dropping the heel is going to stop the rotation. So I drop the right heel, and left foot, right hand lands at the same time. So showing that once more. Setting static beast. Left leg underswitch, beginning with that contralateral limb lift. Rotating around, drop the heel to stop the rotation. Plant the limbs softly, ending in static crab. So I'll do a few demonstrations of that, going in each direction, and I'll call out the moves as I go. So set static crab, left leg underswitch, right leg underswitch, right leg underswitch, left leg underswitch,